Okay, so playing the Forza Horizon Lego Island made me realize that there is no better follow-up video than to finally try playing the proper Lego games. Also, this time I was smart enough to actually record the whole screen, or at least I hope, as I wrote this before actually recording, so future me, please don't disappoint me. Hi all and welcome back. To give a quick recap, I have decided to try out games I would not normally even think about playing, just to see why certain games are so beloved by so many. As much as I loved playing LEGO Racers as a kid, I am aware that that game is not on most people's favorite lists. No, those would have to be the cool kids LEGO games. So, personally, I have not played a LEGO game like that, but I have heard so many people talk about how great they were, or are. Unfortunately, they did not seem my style, and as such, I never paid much attention to them. Until now. When it comes to what LEGO game I should play, honestly I was going for LEGO Batman 3 or LEGO DC Supervillains, as these games seem to have a high score. But those are not the highest scores. Based on the Steam reviews, that title goes to LEGO Star Wars. I know that Steam reviews don't mean that this is generally agreed upon, but there is another reason I chose this game. Let's address the... AT Walker in the room. I have never watched Star Wars.
You were the chosen one!
Now, while I can sit here and try to defend myself from such a heresy, I think it's best to give this a start because we seem to have 6 games to go through. Also, as I've never watched Star Wars, my other goal is to see how much I can make sense of the story purely based on this game, so stick with me until the end to see how it turns out. You know what, it's just a menu of the game, but I already like something about it. As this game is quite old, and I know it's technically a remaster, but still, I'm very much glad that I don't have to record this like I did with LEGO Racers in 480p. As I started the game, I was just exploring around the lobby and getting used to the controls. So I know this game is old, and as such I think it would only be fair that in some cases I view it from that point, as a lot of people probably love it for what it was. It would be unfair for me to criticize it in some aspects by comparing it to modern games. One such thing is that I will have to make some inferring about the story, as 2 sentences of exposition is all I'm getting each chapter. But that's gonna make it more fun, right? Let's start with the first episode then. What do I learn from this? Well, the story starts when the Trade Federation blocks all trades to arrive to planet Naboo, although I'm not entirely sure why. As such, the Supreme Chancellor, which I'm assuming is not Palpatine, sends the Jedis to help. This Trade Federation is using what I remember being called droids, and were suddenly attacked by the Trade Federation. Time to learn the game a bit. Certain objects can be interacted with by specific groups of characters. In this instance, I can use the Force to force choke those chairs for daring to help the Trade Federation, which makes them drop all their money. Lessons learned for those chairs, I hope. Other characters like... I wasn't expecting to trigger the fandom already, but the game doesn't introduce me to who this is, okay? So these robots can be used to open certain doors. So we open that door and battle through the droids to reach a spaceship. Why would we want to reach the spaceship? The person whose name I won't even attempt to pronounce, and young Obi-Wan Kenobi, will infiltrate this ship that was going to Naboo to warn the Nabooians. I'm assuming that's how they're called, right? Great, so far so good with the story. So we land on this planet that's currently being attacked by the Trade Federation. We battle a bit more through the droids, and we find this Nabooian. This is the point where the game really wants to emphasize how peaceful the Nabooians are. I mean, look at this guy, he's so chill. So we get him to join us and progress through the story with him. I was kind of expecting this, but I got the confirmation that the different types of characters are not only used to open doors and such, but also to traverse the map, as this peaceful guy can jump quite high and is helping us reach the end of the level. We go meet with what I assumed at the time was the king of the planet and quickly use Axie to convince him to help with the fight. And... wait, no. I'm already wrong. I think we only convinced him to give us a ship based on the text. Sorry about that. So now we need to rescue the actual queen. Well, more like her rescuing herself, because she seems to be able to handle herself quite well with this laser blaster. I guess instead it would be more accurate to say we assist in her rescue so she can escape the planet to inform the council about the Trade Federation. But our ship broke and it's up to young Anakin to help us collect some money to repair it, because the queen seems to have left all her money back home. And oh my days, we are playing Lego Racers in Spacers. So this game has different types of minigames. It's not only a platformer, which is a nice surprise to be fair. If I would have played this game as a kid and suddenly I saw that I'm controlling a speed car now, I'd be very excited. I'm inclined to believe that these minigames play a role in why people love this game. Right, so we repair the ship and fail to convince the Senate as they are corrupt, and I'm introduced to so many names right now that it's a challenge to keep up, but let's see how it goes. And because we failed to convince the Senate, I guess the only course of action is to go back to the Queen's planet and to her castle, which is now overtaken by the droids, and try to retake it. In my notes I wrote, first puzzle that confused me. How am I getting everyone across? Managed to solve it. Good job past me, I'm proud of you. Anyway, so this game also has puzzles to complete, which I really liked. It's a nice balance of platforming, light combat, and some nice little puzzles that don't require me to take out my puzzle notebook to try to solve them. As we progress through the level, we are now for some reason chasing down the bad guy that keeps running away, so let's test my basic knowledge of Star Wars. His name, I believe, is Darth Maul. So after tracking him down, we have an epic battle in which I realize something. So because I'm playing solo, and more on this later, I realized that the AI just doesn't deal damage to enemies. Like, they will block if attacked, but they just stand and watch when you are being attacked. Like, look at this. My teacher, I am being attacked by a guy with a double sword, can you please not just stand there and watch? Well, he's dead now, I guess. That's what you get for not helping me. And Obi manages to barely eliminate the guy after almost falling into a pit. This seems to happen quite a lot in this series, or am I crazy? On to the second episode. Time skip, I believe. The Queen got promoted to a senator, and Obi, who is now a teacher with Anakin, are tasked with protecting her against assassins. So after the assassin failed to murder Polar Traders, Queen Amadilla, the gang completely forgets that they were there to protect the Queen and leave her alone to chase the assassin down. Time for another minigame. This time we are in a cyberpunk city in a taxi, and the visuals of this level is quite impressive, I must say, for that time. When was this released? 2006? Sounds about right. There is something so charming about the graphics, it's kind of weird, it makes me melancholic without having ever played this game before. I feel like I'm back in 2006 and just opened my Christmas present and found this game, then proceeded to spend the whole Christmas playing it. So we chase down the assassin who assassinated the assassin that we caught, battle him, he escapes, so we chase him again, and this time we get captured as Obi. So it's time for Anakin and Padme to save the day. Wait, wasn't Anakin supposed to protect her? Why would he bring her to such a dangerous location? Hey, it's okay, it's not like anything bad can happen, right? So we proceed to rescue Obi. Hooray! Wait, what is that? We don't? We get captured? Alright then, I guess. As we are captured, we need to have someone rescue us, so we have some Jedi Masters coming to save the day, and hey look, it's a Mentat. But before we rescue them, we need to battle through this arena while Baron Vladimir is watching. Okay, now seriously, I'm honestly starting to believe that Star Wars might have been inspired by Dune. Why do I have a feeling like I'm saying something that's common knowledge? Moving on, we do an epic battle in the arena, eliminate Jango Fett, his kid upset, but Count Dooku escapes, so we have to chase him down as well, obviously. How are we chasing him down? Well, minigame level. This time we are in a spaceship. I need to note this, but the pad driving from the previous episode seems to follow me in this one too. But I still managed to destroy an egg. We keep chasing Dooku and battle him, but Anakin lost his arm? It's okay though, as Yoda comes and saves the day, and wow, he's a beast, look at these techniques. He's so agile, unless it comes to walking, I guess. Right, so I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but this game does not have voice acting in it besides some very specific short lines. As such, in these cutscenes they had to really emphasize what the character's intentions are in very interesting ways, and I actually like this, it's quite unique. And to be fair, the facial expressions are still better than the previous game I played. Go watch that after you finish this. So after Dooku escapes, he and General Grievous kidnap Supreme Chancellor Palpatine. Hey, look at this, it was Palpatine. And so it's up to the only 2 Jedis available in the galaxy to save the day. And wow, look at this. This scene is so impressive, look at the scale of it for such an old game, and we're dead. I did not edit that sound in, by the way, that was in the game. We land our ship at the main ship where Palpatine is held against his will. This poor soul, won't somebody think of him, please? I have a question. So Anakin got a new hand, which is great, but where did he get this scar from? I'm not sure it's explained. Anyway, we chase Dooku down and fight him by abusing the jumping attack. Am I wrong in thinking this is quite overpowered? You jump up, then attack down, which is unblockable, hence why I used it quite a lot in the playthrough. We defeat him, and foreshadowing time, Anakin used the red saber to finish off Dooku. Ooh, I wonder what that means. On a side note, we also managed to rescue Palpatine. Let's go, you innocent soul, let's get you out of here, you didn't deserve this. At this point I hear some of you saying, but you said you've not watched Star Wars before. Yes, I haven't watched it, but I haven't lived under a rock. I've seen the memes, okay? But it's not over yet. We still have one person left to track down, General Grievous, whose design is so sick. Look at the guy holding 4 lightsabers while Anakin can barely hold one. Yeah, it doesn't matter anyway, I brought a gun to a sword fight. At this point I realized that there are so many characters to unlock in this game, it's crazy. I didn't even know Star Wars had so many characters, so let's talk unlockables. In this game, doing mostly anything grants you these small Lego pieces as a currency. You complete a puzzle, you get some. You destroy a robot, you get some. You rip out the plans of a peaceful planet that is currently being attacked, you get some. However, when you lose all your health, you respawn but lose some of the pieces as well. You finish the level and what's left is added to your stash. You then go back to the lobby and use that for the in-game shop. And the shop is actually fantastic. No microtransactions, no gacha systems, you go to the shop, buy it and unlock it. Look how many characters you can unlock. Not only that, but you can buy tips for the game, golden bricks, which I'll explain later, and my favorite, extras. These are sometimes small, sometimes big changes to how you play the game. It's just so fun to discover and use them. The developers of the game had fun making it, I'll tell you that much. Let us continue with the story. We get to play as Yoda and Chewbacca on the Wookiee planet as we help them, but the Sith Lord Darth Sidious is about to reveal himself. And he orders the clone troopers to eliminate us. Oh, it's on. Yoda will save the planet from the corruption and he's gone. Why would the clones attack us? We need answers. Let's go to the Jedi home planet to find them. So after we go through some of the clones, we find the answer. There it is. Anakin did what? You see, it's not really explained, so I'm not sure. Why did Anakin turn evil? But he did, so now Padme wants the same answers as I do, and Obi is hiding aboard her ship. Time to find out some answers in this epic battle, where I can control either of them. This is all happening while the planet is exploding for some reason. Wait, if I can play as Anakin, can I just push Obi? To add to that, I realized that in this section, if I collect the studs and then jump off, I may lose some studs, but I gain more than I earn and then the studs respawn, so I can farm some studs. Wait, if I push him instead of jumping, I'm not losing any studs? I apologize to all Obi-Wan Kenobi fans out there for what they're about to witness. Finally, battle time, and I can still control both? Wait, can I control Anakin and just jump in lava? Oh, they thought about that. Fine. How about if I leave myself with 1 health and then change the character? Oh, they thought of that too. Okay, abusing the jump power it is then, and Anakin is cut in half. Halfway there with the story now. Time skip time again. Okay, so this time it was the Trade Federation that got promoted to the Galactic Empire. They are now building a giant Death Star weapon that can destroy planets. We have the secret plans for it, so don't worry, we just need to take Princess Leia home to deliver those, but oh no, she gets captured, so it's up to the robots who also get captured, so it's up to Luke to buy them and then have them stolen that same night. Time to rescue them with Uncle Obi. You know what? Those gremlins don't seem to have any interest in attacking us, so maybe we don't need to hurt them. Let's try to rescue the robots without harming the gremlins. Montage time! And I did it! I managed to save the robots without hurting any of those gremlins. I will say this, compared to the previous 3 levels, these last 3 levels feel a lot longer and more developed. I'm not sure if I'm just imagining this or what happened. Now it's a great time to point this out, but this game has such a great humor. I love that it doesn't take itself too seriously, it has the base story and then does little things to play around with it, and the humor works really well with the atmosphere of the game. Take this as an example. When riding the beasts with Han Solo, he rides them backwards. At first, I was ready to call this a bug, but thinking about it, I bet this is a nod to a story part where he rides the beasts like that. I will look very silly if that's not the case, but knowing this game, it likely is. So yeah, we need a person to drive the spaceship, so we get Han Solo to join us and infiltrate the spaceship where Darth Vader is located to rescue Princess Leia. You remember how I was saying that each character type can do different things? This level made me realize something. So the game has these levers that you can pull and it gives you different hats. At first, I thought it was purely aesthetical, but no, it actually has a purpose. So for example, this door can only be opened by a stormtrooper type, so by putting on the hat you can open it with any character, which is amazing. Now you may ask yourself, in this part of the story, why would there be a door that can only be opened by a stormtrooper when you are not playing as a stormtrooper? Let me take it back a bit. Each level has certain puzzles that can only be completed by certain character types. However, while playing the game in the story mode, you will not be playing those type of characters. What you can do instead is enter the level in free mode where you can choose any characters you want to complete the level with them. This adds so much replayability to the game, it's crazy. I'm definitely adding this to a reason why people enjoy this game. It's not all great though. This level has what I believe was the most frustrating part I had to deal with. So this one was caused by my decision to play this game alone. Obviously this game is designed to be played co-op, which must enhance the experience a lot. I believe this is also a reason why people love this game and LEGO games in general. Not only they have co-op, but they have couch co-op, which is something that is not common nowadays and is greatly appreciated by me and many others. But what happens when you decide to play alone? Well, the AI of the game is quite decent in helping you with the puzzles. Except this one. So I have to push this in order to make the platform go up, but someone needs to be on the platform in order to jump off of it. And none of the AI characters want to do it. What am I meant to do if I'm playing the game Han Solo? So I quickly get past that by adding another player and we get to Obi-Wan Kenobi. Or shall I say, oh bygone Kenobi? I'm sorry to the Kenobi fans again. It's okay though, as we get to blow up the Death Star in return. The Empire is not happy about this though, so they get quite aggressive with the rebellion. Meanwhile, Vader is trying to find his child. Snow level time. Oh, I can spin around to put the AT-AT walkers down, that is so nice. So the frozen planet is not safe anymore and we need to escape. First by land, then by space. Now that we are relatively safe, it's time for young Luke to train in the ways of Jedi with Yoda. I like that even though the game shows you that you can use the Force on objects, Luke fails to do so unless Yoda is on his back. Another nod to the films, I'm sure. See, I can tell the references to the movie without having seen it. Except this tractor. Is this tractor lore accurate? Is it a canon event? Managed to finish the training and surprise surprise, we were not safe yet as our friends get captured. Again. Time to save them. Again. You see, I've seen this scene a few times, but only now I'm realizing that Luke also lost his hand like his father. Interesting. Also, look at how the writers decided to show this iconic scene that relies heavily on the dialogue. That's genius. We did not get to rescue our friends and fell into a pit. How did our friends get captured, you may ask? Well, they went to a cloud city for Han Solo to meet an old friend and they got betrayed. As a consequence, Han Solo got 3-body problemed and now we have to leave without him, where we pick up Luke along the way. Things could not go worse for the team. Wait, they can? They are building the sequel to the Death Star, this time bigger and better? Okay then. In that case, our heroes need to work on the important stuff, like rescuing Han Solo? Oh, sure. Wait, but Luke is dressed in black and can use the Force choke. Is he having his emo face? I also want to point out that the humor of this game is not strictly only in cutscenes. Let me give you an example. So I'm going up those stairs and see some bricks I can interact with, so I do. I repaired this jukebox that starts playing this famous Star Wars song and thought, okay, that's quite funny. I continue up those stairs and see that the tough enemies that are guarding the door are now using their axe as a guitar and banging their head to the song. This is hilarious. So we rescue Han Solo only to get captured by Jabba the Hutt. At this point I'm not even surprised anymore. Let's escape again. This time the planet we're trying to escape from is Arrakis, oh sorry, Tatooine. I'm not crazy, am I? The only thing that's missing is a sandworm. Is that a sandworm? Now that we finished the side quest of rescuing Han Solo, it's time for the main quest. But before that, another side quest as our heroes found out about the Death Star and we need to destroy the shield generators. I want to point something out. I've been talking about this throughout the video, but this game has so much attention to the details. Like I pointed out with Han Solo riding the beast backwards, here's another example in this level. The way Luke uses the Force is different than other Jedis. I bet this is also a reference to how he does it in the movies. This game has so much attention to the smallest details, you cannot not love it. Like I've said before, it's clearly a game made with passion. I have a feeling that most LEGO games nowadays have lost this charm. I'm not entirely sure though. I did see that this game had a remake recently with improved graphics and voice acting. To people who have played both the games, how do you feel about it? Leave a comment down below. Continuing with the story, we destroy the generators but
we get captured by the small Ewoks,
who seem to be JoJo fans as they are venerating the golden experience. Now we are all celebrating, which is really sweet. Chewbacca, stop that! On to the last levels. Luke gets captured and meets his dad. This is where the story kind of surprised me. Darth Vader actually protected Luke from the Emperor? I did not know that, that's kind of cool. You go, Anakin. At this point I actually don't know where the story will end anymore. I actually thought Luke will kill his father. Okay, speculation time. Palpatine will kill Anakin and Luke will take his revenge by killing Palpatine. And I was wrong, Anakin just yeets Palpatine. Good night, sweet Vader, and flights of Jedi seeing thee to thy rest. Wait, but there's one chapter left, what's there even to do now? Oh yeah, the Death Star 2.0, let's take care of that too. Boom, hooray, everyone is happy. So how did I enjoy the game and why do I think people love it? I loved playing it. It's filled with small little details that fans definitely appreciate and it's not made too meta, as being meta wasn't a thing back then. Even after finishing the game, there's still bonus levels to unlock by collecting golden bricks, characters to unlock and extras to use. This is like Star Wars the sandbox game. Now that I finished the game, I can even say that the story is great. Whilst there were things that I probably missed, I think it was detailed enough for me to understand the main plots of the story. I now know that Star Wars is a story about being kidnapped and falling into pits. I have not mentioned this earlier, but the sound design is also really fantastic, but that's to be expected as they literally use the music from the movies. Would I recommend this to a non-Star Wars fan? Actually, yes. I feel like it's a great way to experience the story to hook you in enough to watch the movies. Which I will do, eventually. In the end I gave this game an emo Luke out of 10. Go play it, it's great. That's about it for Star Wars then. I'll see you guys in the next one, who knows what game we'll explore. If you watched this until the end, I challenge you to fall down the pit of this video and kidnap the subscribe button. Bye!